Alright, this morning I anchored down some anchors in here. Real cheesy. Threw some boards in. Got a tarp in. So I can I'm gonna run over to Price, get some stuff. Got them screwed in there. Move over and get some other things I need to get. And then I'm gonna get a truckload full of neutral mulch. It's a turkey neutral mulch stuff, turkey poop. Good for garden stuff. We put it in the garden every year, so been doing it for like the last 5 years. Whole truckload of it. Alright, so this is our little garden spot out here. It ain't too big, but every year in the fall I till under everything that's in the garden, till it straight into the ground. Don't really clean out much of it, corn stalks and all. And yes, that's my show truck. And then every year, I usually don't use this, I usually use my Cummins, but it's a short box. So then I go over to Sutherland's, over to Price, and I have them layer in turkey manure and this topsoil builder compost stuff. Stinks way bad. But I got a whole freaking truckload of it. I usually get like 5-6 scoops. I think my short box only holds like 4 of the tractor scoops. I should have videoed the tractor dumping it in it. Sutherland's was busy today. People everywhere. But I got a load of it, hauled it home. I put her in the garden fairly thick, like that. And then I'll go get the tractor in a minute. Not that tractor, we got another tractor. We got a whole bunch of tractors, we got a bunch of farm and stuff. But I'll go get the blue tractor. Got a little blue Ford. I'll go get it. I think the tiller's already on it, and then I'll till all this in. When I, first couple years of the garden, it used to be a lot bigger. It used to go down around there, and then up this side. And my boy was racing motocross, so I built him a motocross track in the backyard when he was a little boy. And I took out the corner of it and so he had a tabletop right there where that tree is, right there. And then it come down and had a big old banked turn right here. And I went back and he had a set of doubles right there. So I took this corner of the garden out from right here. So had that shape out of it, and that was motocross track right there. And then it went down and around that way too. So the garden went down to about right there somewhere and went across. And then was all of this. All the way up to right by where that tree is right there. Went down, come back. And we had it for a garden spot for a few years. My girls would garden in it every year, plant a garden. They really enjoyed it when they was little. But it was just way too big, so they really struggled with taking care of it and weeding it. So I made it so it's just this end. I went just on the other side of where the garden is now, and I planted all that in grass. I made it so it's just this side. And then they planted that, and they did way better with that. And then I was like, I'm sick of watering it with sprinklers and hoses. So I decided to put grass all the way around the garden. And it was a little bit smaller than this. It started like right here. It was just like 2 tiller widths wide on the tractor. Just a little guy right here. And then when the old lady moved in with me last year, then she freaking demanded I make it bigger. So I made it about, I don't know, 5 feet longer and maybe like a foot wider. And that's all the garden spot it's ever going to be. But this stuff sure helps out. I've put a truckload of this in it every year for like the last probably about 4 years. So someday it ought to be a really good garden spot. Well, I got almost all of it out of there. And it's in there freaking thick. Just like every year. I'll till it in and then I'll show you what it looks like after it's tilled in. I've done this year after year. At least the last 4 years I've done it like this. And years before that I put manure from the farm. I either put horse manure or cow manure or a mixture of the two. And this stuff is a turkey freaking shit and sawdust mix is what the neutral mulch is. And then that topsoil builder stuff, I ain't for sure what it is, but it sure has something in it because it sure stinks. Alright, I was tilling with this little blue sweetheart. This little Ford is a pretty good little tractor. She's getting a flat tire though. Sorry, I stuck my hand in the way I was looking outside at the rain. It's raining freaking ass hard. I was tilling away and it started raining. I was just about done tilling. So I kicked her in high gear and hauled ass to the shop. You can hear the rain hitting the top of the roof. So that's our smallest tractor we got. It has a front end loader for it, but it's not on it right now. We take it off most of the time, just put it on once in a while when we need it. But it works pretty good. And that's what it looks like when it's tilled up. And for some reason when it's tilled, you can tell it's way more sandy. And it goes a lot darker. Then when it dries out, it'll look way less dark. I don't know. Don't know why, but it does. Tilling with the tractor sure does a good job. I like it. And it's quick. You can till it up way fast with the tractor.